Yo, what's going on, guys? Gonna be showing you the secret carry of Olaf in the top lane. He only has a handful of bad matchups. It's pretty much just ranged top laners can be challenging if they take Ghost and Flash. With that being said, he's one of the best soloists in the game, and as you can see, this Rammus didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, you absolutely can't post up on Olaf top like that. Even with missing axes, it's just not doable. With that being said, Rammus's level 1 is actually really strong for a fight to the death because his W lasts longer if he's auto attacking. So that whole time he had a crap load of armor, magic resist. On top of that, his auto attacks are doing a lot of damage because the more armor he has, the more damage his auto attacks do on hit. So Rammus certainly isn't bad for those type of fights. Olaf is on a whole nother level. I don't really think there's a single champion that can all in Olaf like that level 1 except for maybe Darius. And that's only because Darius he gets so much extra AD from his passive to where it's challenging. So anyways, Olaf's level 2 all-in is insane. His level 3 is really good. His level 1 is solid as well. Conqueror is definitely viable, but Lethal Tempo gives a higher dimension to carry with. Against ranged champs, you may prefer Conqueror though. We'll walk this guy down. I'll fight him all in here. Auto attack Q. I actually didn't buy any items for some reason. Into the Q. Oh, okay, we got him sick. I don't even know how we killed him there. That was weird. Yeah, I actually forgot to buy items. Generally, you want to get your E level 2. It helps you to last hit. It has more range than your auto attacks, and it's a good auto attack reset as well. Auto attack E. We'll go ahead and reset from here. We're sitting on a lot of gold. Even without the items, he's just dead again. Champions that are very challenging for Olaf to play against are things that you can't engage on. For example, Heimerdinger. It's impossible. He just speeds up away off of his turrets. First item rush on Olaf. Honestly, Ravenous Hydra is generally the way to go. Super, super strong even after the nerfs. If Ravenous Hydra ever gets properly nerfed, I would say play for this classic shield bow crit Olaf style. It's very strong. But they've nerfed Ravenous Hydra several times now, and it's still Olaf's highest win rate rush. Olaf's most picked and highest win rate build right now are both over 60% in the top lane, making him an absolute beast. Just don't pick him against Heimerdinger. Any champion that you can't get to, Heimerdinger, Auction, Vayne with Flash Ghost. Range top laners most of the time are going to bully you to death. They are not fun to play against. We want to max our Q first, E second, and W last. W per level doesn't give enough stats to max it anything but last. His wave's pushing to me. We can end up freezing on him here. I assume his jungler's here. It's all back away. The wave's pushing to me anyways. Auto attack Q, auto attack W reset, auto attack E. He has a lot of minions here, but he doesn't have his Q, so he should just die. I'm going to go ahead and set up the freeze on him. You don't have to go for early lifesteal. It certainly helps. If you're in a harder, more challenging matchup, though, it can be a good option. For example, if they have something that's pokey, the Vampire can help keep you alive. But it's just kind of expensive for how many stats it actually gives. Your auto attacks put your E on a lower cooldown, and picking up your Q puts it on a lower cooldown. So try to do both of that. Go for the Q max pretty much always because the slow increases and the damage goes up a lot. Last hitting with your E super easy. The cost is refunded. It costs HP to cast, but if it kills the target, it doesn't cost you anything. We're just gonna set up a freeze. It's really good to force the enemies to still fight you so they don't hide underneath their turret. We do have to thin it out a little bit, especially since he's hitting the minions. Auto attack Q. He's way out of position. This is part of the issue with Rammus top, is if the enemies end up freezing on you, what Rammus needs to do is go proxy behind me and just forfeit a wave of minions, essentially. Because he can't fight me the way he's trying to fight me. It's not going to work. Because he's already behind. This is a very challenging matchup for Rammus. Olaf has a lot of self-healing. He has a big shield on his W. He has true damage. All really good things against Rammus. Trying to get another point into our Q. I'm trying not to push this wave. It's pretty close right now. You want the enemies to have 4 more range creeps than you have to technically have a freeze. And it's starting to look like that. So he believes this is a proper freeze, so he's going to step up. We might be able to find an all-in. I see Kayn is backing into their jungle over there. He has more range creeps, but they're in the front. Couldn't quite reach it. Auto attack E. I'll walk him down here. Auto attack W reset. Finish him off. And at this point, I actually wouldn't really mind pushing necessarily. But this might actually just hold. Okay, no, it's not going to hold. I killed too many minions. I was thinking about maybe resetting and letting the wave crash to me. But the wave wasn't in a good spot for that. So we'll just go ahead and reset it by dumping it on his turret. He will get most of these minions, which kind of sucks. But what am I going to do? I can't fight him and Kayn in between the turret here. I could definitely push him off. But with only a vampiric, he has just as much gold spent on his bramble pretty much. Pretty standard Rams to start with a cloth armor. That way, essentially, he can rush into Bramble super cheap. Bramble's only 800 gold, so if you start cloth armor, you only need 500 gold. I'd kind of recommend the cloth armor refill start for Rams and try to proxy. That's something he didn't do. He just ran up here. I went for the tri-brush and to oppress him early on, but he really should have just tried to come in through and proxy. He may have, I don't know. I may have caught him before he had a chance. They can't kill me 2v1 right now. I don't think they could. It wouldn't be very good for them. He has a pretty big minion advantage and the wave's closer to his side, so his wave will reinforce before mine can. Looks like Talon is on his way over here, so we need to take that into account. The wave's already coming to us, so worst case scenario, we miss a few minions. Oh no, but we're still in range for XP. Talon goes back mid. Hit this guy with an E. I don't know if we can kill him here. Auto attack Q. Auto attack E. Down he goes. The wave's already so close to his turret. I don't need to freeze it here. Since he's dead, I'll go ahead and dump the wave. If you find yourself in a situation like this, Rammus, you just need to roam. He can't play against us anymore. Kayn's here, so I'll go for Rift Herald. I'll try to end this game early so we can do a part 2. This game's going to be too easy with this specific matchup. I'll try to show you guys a more challenging matchup. Olaf's kind of like that. He has matchups where people just straight up can't play against you. Like things like Yone, Yasuo top, Swain. Olaf has a 60% win rate against. Maokai Graves, 56% win rates. So the matchups he is good against, it is brutal. Like I said, you can't play against Heim, Akshan, or Vayne with Flash Ghost. It's not really doable. Unless they don't know how to kite, in which case you'll be fine. This way he's pushing us. He has minion advantage. The lower you are in health on Olaf, your passive gives you more attack speed and more life still. So we have life still from passive and from Vampiric right now and from D-Blade. Giving us lots of healing. I'll leave my ward right there. Make sure no one sneaks up behind. I see Talon's mid. I see their support's bot. So worst case, it's a 1v2 top side against him and his jungler. And we did get the Herald as well. As long as we lay the Herald pre-14 minute mark, it's fine to hold on to it. 14 is when plates fall off and we want to get that extra gold. He has more than a 4 minion advantage here. Let's clear out the melee so the wave doesn't creep too far forward into my turret range. Melees are notorious for just kamikazing. Hold it right here. This is about the perfect spot. We only need him to have 4 more minions in us. Here he has 5, so we've got to keep an eye on the wave. The range minions are squishy, so they die quickly. And his happened to be in the front line right now. Struggling to attack them when I wanted to there. I think the wave's still coming to us, though. He's not getting any last hits. He's still getting experience, but the fact he's not getting any gold, as long as I don't die, they won't be able to get my shutdown. He can R away here. Yep, there it is. Got him with Ignite. The Hecarim's dead. Me and the minions were blocking him a little bit. He got a small shutdown off of Hecarim. I wouldn't really say that was worth, though, even though Rammus is going to lose minions. Even if Hecarim didn't have the shutdown, it wouldn't have been worth, because I had this in a permafreeze. they were never gonna be able to come and stop me. It's just the fact of the matter. I could have stayed there perpetually. Don't even know why Talon's over here. This is weird. He's not that fed. He's only 1 kill. I'll go ahead and base. Rammus is gonna... He can only push so fast with what he has right now. Since I kind of want to freeze, I'm tempted to just go for a shield bow here. But I'll stay true to the build and pick up Ravenous into this. Because that is this build. This is the highest win rate build, Ravenous. Now we can't freeze anymore. That's why I delayed the team out for as long as possible, since this is an easy matchup to freeze against. Perpetually stop him from farming. If you are in this situation, like let's say against a champion you can perpetually freeze against, Bork Rush might actually be better. That way your teammate doesn't force you to push the wave by default. Because now we're going to have to just shove and roam. We can't dive him underneath turret. He's Rams. He has too much armor. He certainly can't push as fast as we can. We're pushing really fast. Not sure where their jungler is. He wants to taunt me underneath turret, of course. Pop him with an E. It's a lot of true damage. I'll take his wave, take his jungler's jungle. We can kind of act like a Tryndamere right now. Proxy waves, take the camps. If he wasn't a tanky champion, we could poke him underneath turret with Qs, get him low and then dive him. But since he is tanky, it's not really doable. He's also semi-mobile underneath turret because he can R away. Rammus R goes through all CCs and slows. I'm running out of time to lay this, so now's the time. Auto attack E. I want to get a plate with it. Ravenous Hydra's halfway stacked, which is a lot of extra AD. We're currently getting an extra 12 AD off of this item. My Herald's gone. It is what it is. Auto attack W reset. We got 2 plates out of it. Not horrible. Generally, you want to get the turret down to a plate and a half before you lay it. Herald scrapes a little under a plate and a half these days. Used to scrape 2. A little over 2, but not anymore. I'll attack E. I'll attack W reset. I'm actually getting really low off that. It's going to give me a lot of extra attack speed though. Kane's bot side, we're chilling. I'm using the turret to block him away so he can't taunt me. He's going to have to R to get on top of me here. It's pretty funny. No one wants to come kill me. I still have my R as well. Your R active gives you a bunch of extra attack damage and you can't be CC'd in any way. Can't be stunned, slowed, snared, knocked up, suppressed. It's really, really good. And you also cleanse all the mobilizing effects. So if someone hard CCs you, you can use your R to get out of it. He's dead. Down he goes. He had nowhere to go. I still had my ghost as well. Your R also gives you a tiny bit of movement speed for 1 second. It's not much, but it is something to take into account. Yeah, this is definitely... This game should have a part 2, but at the same time, my teammates are losing pretty hard, so I don't know. This game might take more than 25 minutes to wrap up. Gotta walk away. Don't know where their talent is. He is kind of fed as well. Auto attack W reset. Get all of our health back here. You will be relatively squishy to where if they have a lot of burst and you're already missing health, you will die with this type of build since we don't have any tanky items yet. That's why Jack Show is so important with this build. With that being said, since Jack Show, Riot's already said they plan on nerfing it for everyone who is in a tank, I'm not going to be building Jack Show this game. Because I know like within the next week or 2 they're going to nerf it, and then this video wouldn't be very valid at that point. I gotta leave. Talon's rotating. He's pretty fed. He has a lot of gold spent. Just as much as I do. I also have Merc Tread, so his lethality is going to hit hard. Want to keep Ravenous Hydra full stack. Don't throw shutdown gold. So instead of going for that item, instead I would rather have Shield Bow. Now Shield Bow might seem pretty gosh darn troll. The thing is,
It gives you a massive shield, a bunch of AD, and crit, so it aligns you to end up getting Infinity Edge, because we can go Collector Infinity Edge. We'll be super tanky through self-healing and through the shield on it to where assassins can't burst us. The only downside to Shield Bow is its high price, and it doesn't have any ability haste. So rushing it a first item, you can kind of feel the downsides of it. Second item rush, it's fine. And like I said, the scaling on it is hard to match. It's expensive for a reason. 3,400 gold for an item is not cheap. I don't even know why Heckram's coming top here. I guess he doesn't trust his other laners. Because I certainly don't need help over here. I can perma-stay on the split. I'll let him have the wolf. I was trying to help him take it faster. We can definitely 1v2, 1v3. As long as I have a target to auto attack. Oh, let me keep up my R. I couldn't keep up my R. I don't think I die here necessarily. Because I'm on Ghost. It's going to be hard for them to keep up. I think Zeri flashed or R'd. Town ended up getting away. It's one downside. Auto attack E. Got him with Ignite. He's dead. I have a little bit more items than him. And you also saw the value of Shield Bow there. Even though he's kind of fed. Because I think he's getting shutdowns on my teammates. I'm not sure. Even though he has a decent amount of items, Electrocute, Shield Bow keeps us alive. It blocked. First time, 377 damage. Quite a bit. Our W shield is at nearly 300. It shields you more the more HP you're missing, which is why you don't usually lead in with W. Unless you know they're going to run away anyways, in which case you'd auto-attack W reset, auto-attack E reset. Kind of stacking up mid. I'll go for Gromp. I don't know where enough of them are, and there's not enough pressure on the map to dictate them not to come top. And we do not want to have a crazy fight while R is on cooldown. We need this so we can't be hard CC'd by Rammus taunt or Rammus knockup, Kane knockup. One of our most challenging things this game is going to be staying on top of people, because Kane can go inside of us, Town can go invisible, Zeri can jump across the map. It's a bit easier when you have a support to speed you up, such as Karma Yumi or Azilian, or if they have a true frontliner such as a Maokai Zac, someone you can just sit there and mash on forever. As long as they're auto-attacking or using your E, your R will stay perpetually on. I see where two of them are. I don't know where the rest. We're at 180 CS. Quite a bit. I want to fight him there. I don't have enough backup and their whole team stacking in the area. In theory, our cash should outscale the talent. It's taking a while though. Got a little bit of vision. We see their 4-5 man stacking up here. I could reset, get a decent amount of items. Self-healing is generally the best. Vistage is amazing on Olaf with this type of build. The thing is, they're very physical damage heavy to where I might actually need Black Cleaver here, because the Rammus armor stack has played it as well. I'm not a crazy big fan of Black Cleaver on Olaf because it doesn't give you crit. The nice thing is obviously the AD and the ability haste is huge. Plus you get movement speed when you're in combat. Dealing physical damage to champions grants you 3 movement speed per stack of Carve. Carve stacks up to 6 times, I believe. Yeah, 6 times, so that's 18 extra movement speed. And you're shredding their armor, so against their team we need it, but generally it would be like Ravenous Hydra into Immortal Shield Bow, then Collector IE, because you don't want to build IE before you have 2 other crit items, because then you won't even get the IE passive giving you extra crit damage. It's the only reason why people don't rush Infinity Edge first item. They lose turret here. One of them is bot. Kane's not over here. Turret's gone. One of the main issues with Olaf in a team fight is it's hard to use your R because everyone runs away from you. But when they send 3 or 4 people after you, they're generally trying to kill you.
All right, so there we die. Rammus has too much armor. As you saw, it takes too long to kill him. Kayn can hide inside of us. That is a very classic Olaf challenging situation. The best thing we could have done here, once we saw them all, was to back up. Then we could save space to kill Twitch. But basically, if I ran at Twitch from here, by the time I get to him, he would be clear under turret range, and we'd be guaranteeing our death in best case scenario killing Twitch if he doesn't have flash. If he has flash, we can't kill him and we die for free. So we needed some space, essentially. Or if I had Black Cleaver, I could definitely kill Rammus, but I'm getting heal cut by a Thornmail, while I can't auto the Kayn. And then there's a Twitch hitting me in the back, so not great. Who did I give the shutdown to? 700 to Kayn. Oof. So he got 1,000 gold off of that one kill. That is not good. I don't typically recommend taking your jungler's camps. In this case, he's on the other side of the map, kind of doing a weird split push thing, so I'll go ahead and take all of this. If he was pathing here, I wouldn't. Definitely don't do stuff like this if your jungler isn't even level 6 yet, because they need to get level 6, and whenever you take their camps, you're hurting them really badly. Plus, you get less XP from these camps because you don't have jungle items, so yeah, something to think about. These will all be on respawn. He'll be able to get them soon. I could solo Baron, for real. You don't typically need a mana item on Olaf because his W doesn't cost... His W only is 30 mana and his E doesn't cost mana. Plus with a Tiamat styled item, Tiamat, Ravenous Hydra, or Titanic Hydra, any kind of Tiamat item, you can push waves without really having to use abilities. Auto attack E reset. They're all mid, so I'll take inhib. My teammates can back up, play underneath turret. Now they have to come for me. I don't have Ghost. All I have is R, so staying on top of someone's going to be challenging, other than obviously the Rammus. Ram's TPs, we leave now. Hit him with an axe and run. This is going to take up a lot of their time if they decide to chase me. We got a TP out of that. Several people to fall back as well. That was a highly successful split push. The key on a split push is don't die. If you're the stronger soloist, it's a lot of pressure, because they're constantly having to send multiple people to walk at you. Hey, Rammus, you want to fight me, buddy? I may not have Cleaver yet, but if you're here by yourself, which he's not, I'm going to kite this back. I need space. And if I don't land Q on Zeri, I'm not going to be able to get to her. Hey, friend. Yeah, they lose inhib here. They sent the wrong two champions to deal with me. They should send Rammus Kayn, but then they need a third person, because Kayn will die if he doesn't hide inside of me for a long time. So they basically need Rammus, Kayn, and an ranged champ. If they don't send all three, they can't kill. I don't need to be top anymore since I got the inhib. Wow, yeah, that knockback is brutal. I'll go ahead and stay for these camps, and then I'll path bot. Play for drag fights. It's the only time you really want to group on Olaf top. The exception to grouping for Olaf top is if your team has a speed up support, then it can make a lot of sense. For example, a Karma, Zillion, Yumi, Sona. Any kind of big speed up lets you team fight on Olaf much more efficiently, because they can't get away from you, to where you can perpetually have your extra AD and also have a perpetual aura of not being able to be CC'd. It's basically a Morgana Black Shield, your R. They literally can't CC you. The closest thing to a CC they can use against you is literally like an Anivia wall, essentially. Anivia wall is annoying when you're on Olaf, because it blocks you to where your R doesn't really help. You can't go through it, unfortunately. You should be able to, but you can't. So Anivia is one of those champs I don't like playing against on Olaf. She can also time out your R with Zhonya's, because your R is only extended by 2.5 seconds for autoing or landing E's. To where while you're moving at her, you're about to hit her, she's Zhonya's, you're taking damage from her R. She comes out as Zhonya's, and now your R is over, and you're almost dead. So, in terms of a champion you do not want to see in a team fight, Anivia is one of them. Very challenging to deal with.
go ahead and pull this wave out. They have a wave coming in top side, so they have to decide. They're in a lose-lose situation where if they send people for me, they lose their base. If they don't send anyone for me, they lose their base. It's the beauty of having inhibs. They lose all map pressure rapidly. It's the most important objective in the game, really, is inhibs. If the enemy team has Draxol, but you have their inhibs, there's really no way for them to win. They're perpetually trapped. That being said, Draxol is pretty cracked. I'll go ahead and lay one. Where do I even want to lay this? I guess right there. The thing is, I already have a bunch of wards in their jungle. Top lane's being pushed in. Talon's running out of mana here. I have so much healing. It's ridiculous. Down he goes. Oh, I actually died from that. That item is so good. Crown of the Shattered Queen. So good versus an all-in like Olaf. With that being said, obviously 1700 damage we took from the turret and not actually from him, but still. For those of you not familiar with this item, it's really good versus all-in bursty type of champions. It makes you take 75% damage reduction for 1.5 seconds after taking damage. I basically couldn't all-in there underneath turret. Plus he had flash and ignite, so it made it kind of hard to seal the deal. Also D-Blade for serrated. It's very annoying to fight when you're trying to kill somebody quickly. We could have hit him with an axe, backed off, and then re-engaged, because if you hit them once, it'll put it on cooldown for 40 seconds. You saw our first 3 autos did nothing. Because it's 75% damage reduction. That's not even including everyone's base reduction, which even base, it's at this point 43% and 31%, which is super high. So you're basically only doing 15-20% damage to them. Kind of nutty. Unless you have true damage. In theory, I think true damage should cut through that. Vayne, Silver Bolt, and Olaf E. I have Black Cleaver. Should be able to shred down the Rammus. Don't know why Kane's over here. Auto attack E reset. Auto attack W. I got stuck hitting not Twitch. Twitch is doing all the damage right now. These team fights are kind of yucky. I might actually need some kind of magic resist. Could go for more armor penetration, essentially. I don't think that's what we necessarily need, though. I think Collector's still the move here. As strange as that seems. We can afford it, so it's whatever. Collector into Infinity Edge. We can end up selling boots for Dead Man's. You don't necessarily need Merc Treads on Olaf once you're level 6 and up. It's more for your pre-6 when you're fighting without your R. Against their team, we're still getting some value because Rammus, all of his abilities are magic damage plus Thornmail's magic damage. The Twitch has a lot of magic damage. So it's not completely wasted, but typically you do lean more into plated steel caps than you do Merc Treads. Merc Treads are a bit more situational on Olaf. This game, I still think it's Merc Treads are worth mainly because of the Rammus. Hey, friend. I'm waiting to use my R until I can hit this guy. I'll attack E reset. Gone with Ignite. Down he goes. I have so many deads now. I'm still on a pretty big lead, at least in terms of XP, and they quit. What a game, dude. What a game, what a life. We'll go ahead and do a part 2. I want to give you guys a different flavor. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to part 2. Once again, we're going to be rushing down Ravenous Hydra in a shield boat. It's going to be a good time. We're up against a Mundo top lane. Lee Sin jungle. Should be able to 1v2 them, especially when we're level 6. They have relatively low damage output. They have the TF. Oh, they have a lot of stuff our R is going to counter. So the Varus R, Seraphine, Snare and R, the TF stun, Lee Sin R. I guess Mundo Cleaver in that aspect. Mundo's level 1 isn't horrible. If we step up too much, he's going to pound us with Cleaver, so we got to find our engages. I kind of want to freeze the wave, give space to chase. Olaf's all about getting solo kills. Do a little bit of minion blockage. Nice. And now I'll let him step up. Wait, is he over there? Wait, he's not even over here. What am I doing? He's probably going to TP over. Oh, I should have actually just frozen the lane there. I was thinking about maybe just hard dumping it, but since I blocked my own range minion, I could have set up a perma freeze. That might have actually been a bit better. Oh well. He did TP back at least. My Q's on a cooldown. He has his grasp up. Auto attack W reset Q. I'm kind of hoping he doesn't have his sums, which I don't think he does actually. Got it. So yeah, he burned his ghost in the invade apparently. Right when I hit level 2, I used axe, killed the minion, hit him at the same time. We run him down with our approach velocity. Auto attack W reset. He doesn't have TP. That's one of the downsides. As a top lane, if you're going to do a cheesy invade, it can cost you a lot more than it's worth. Even if he did get a kill and an assist out of it. The amount of minions alone he's losing here is kind of insane. He lost so much golden XP. We had Ignite. He needed to just sit back, be patient. The wave was already coming to him. Most top laners are very impatient though, so it's just one of those things. Let's go ahead and get double longsword and head back to lane, get a bit mana. All he has is D-Shield and Ruby. We'll set up a freeze, space to chase. Olaf freezes are so good because he has lifesteal and attack speed from his passive. It's pretty easy to hold the wave as long as they're not a ranged champion, since range will hit you safely. They're harder to actually get to. This is too many minions. I need to thin this out. Way too many minions. Auto attack E. E wants to die. Auto attack W reset. Auto attack E. That was a good dodge on his part. Oh, got him just barely. I'm gonna actually reset here in a second. Because this wave's still pushing to me. I can head back and catch all of this. I'm still getting some experience while I'm here. Let's go ahead and pick up Caulfield's hammer. Could go for the lifesteal. The lifesteal is actually more pricey, so I'll go ahead and buy that to spend more gold possible. We're basically missing out on a little bit of AD. But the lifesteal, I'll take it. So the wave's coming to us. It's going to be a big one. It looks like it will crash because it was too many minions, but still, we should be able to catch everything. We'll hit level 6 before him. He's only level 3 right now. If he goes for a plate, he's going to get absolutely rolled here. Boom. He's going to throw in max range cleavers. What a troll. I'll attack E reset. Couldn't quite get it. Minions have an awkward amount of HP here. My wave is now going to push out really hard to him. That's why he's kind of just standing up here, throwing out cleavers, being a nuisance. Auto attack W reset. We got his ghost. I'm happy with that. I need to push this wave to potentially reset and also get all my health back. I don't see where the Lee Sin's at. I do have R though. Could probably 1v2 these guys right now. Got him with an E. Minions are hitting him a little bit. Auto attack to reset ignite. Oh my gosh, we barely get out of that one. Have a lot of attack speed. I gotta get away from Gromp. Lee Sin could pop over the wall real quick. So much attack speed since we're low on HP from passive. Sit here and grind up the turret while this guy's gone. And since Lee Sin's behind, even if we're super low, he's not gonna be able to kill us. All that plate gold. Juicy, juicy, juicy. Lee Sin's still missing. I'll go ahead and get out of here. I don't want to fight 1v2, no R. Lots of gold. Sitting on a Caulfield's. You could get that. Could just go shield bow rush, honestly. Oh well, we'll go for this first item. Partly what makes it such a good first item rush is
Guess we'll pick up the Tiamat and wait for the longsword. Partly what makes it so good is the extra AD it gives you. Olaf tends to build an early lead and he struggles in team fights because there's too much mobility, too many speed ups, and people just kiting you out. Instead of having to deal with one flash or one ghost in a solo fight, you're having to deal with 5 different flashes. And like I said, AoE speed ups and shields and stuff, so kind of the same reason why Fiora doesn't like to group. It's the same reason Olaf doesn't like to group. He's a soloist. What makes him good fighting multiple enemies at once is when they're coming to you. That way you can just stand there and auto them. But if you're having to come to them, your R wears off, you lose all that extra AD. It's throwing out cleavers. It's so annoying. A lot of them are landing, to be fair. And they hurt. This was one of my reasons why I didn't actually want to go for Tiamat Rush here. Because I knew this is what it would come down to. He's just going to sit back and do relatively little. Got him with a Q. Might actually be able to kill him here with an auto WE. No, he's used his R. He can't kill me. My W shield's gonna be too much. I'm act like I'm backing. Oh, he found me. Oh, that kind of hurt. I'll attack W, reset E. Down he goes. I did blow Ghost there. Maybe I didn't need to. It's fine though. He doesn't have any damage items, doesn't have Ignite. If he had Ignite, I wouldn't have gone for that. The W shield right now, it's at 183. It's freaking huge. It's hard for people to anticipate the tankiness from that. I don't really want to let him walk back the lane. I'll stand in between. I have enough mana for a Q and a W. W is outrageously cheap to cast. He's gonna have to walk the long way around. Lee Sin might actually come up here. This is high risk. This is very, very high risk. If Lee Sin's top side here. Auto attack E. He is missing a lot of minions though. Hey friend. Land my axe on him. Auto attack E. He lands it. I don't want to lose plate gold. I need one auto for this to get the assist. There it is. We have the lifesteal from D-Blade, Vampiric, and passive. I found that Bork versus Item Rush on Olaf isn't quite worth it. Bork has been made so expensive. Instead of being its old 2,800 gold item to 3,000 or 3,300, it's so expensive. And on top of that, it's only 8% lifesteal versus 10% Omnivamp. Omnivamp is abilities and your attack damage, your autos. So 10% Omnivamp is way more than 8% lifesteal. Oh, that hurts. I think Lee Sin's going to be bot because Dragon's up. I doubt he would come top for this. Wow, that actually hit. Incredible. I'm trying to find him with the E. Found it. He's tanking my minions here. It's hilarious. They're not, granted, they're not doing that much damage, but still. This looks like he's trying to hit me with the cleaver there. Auto attack into the E. The E's hitting hard on him. Looks like he's kind of just holding the minions because he doesn't want to lose his turret. He's gonna cleaver it. Yeah, this is really high risk. I'm perma showing top, low HP, kind of low health, low mana. It's a good time to reset, pick up a Ravenous on a cannon wave especially. He may think I'm staying. Pick that up. It's kind of feeling like a Lucids or a Swifties kind of game. I'll push plated just because. In reality, I could probably get higher value from
Merc Treads for the magic resist, the TF Seraphine, Mundo Q, some of Vera stability damage. The thing is, turrets, minions, and monsters all do physical damage. That's what makes plated so good. Lucids aren't bad because they're cheap. Swifties are okay as well because they're even cheaper. It's normally between plated, lucid, or Swifties. If they have a big CC that's going to be constantly annoying like Teemo Blind, then Merc Treads are a bit of a must. Mundo is mid. He's going to miss a lot of CS. There's no rush for me to necessarily take turret. If I see he's there though, might as well. Down it goes. I don't really plan on grouping. You can if you have Ghost and R. Even then though, we're already over here. By the time we get over there, the fight's probably going to be finished. So staying is pretty low risk versus roaming. I think this game's toasted though. All my lanes kind of won. I didn't really get ganked or get any ganks. Mundo was stuck in a challenging matchup that he can't kill. He needed to sit back, relax, play slow, play safe, play for team fights. Ravenous Hydra is mostly stacked. Stacks super fast. Oh, my Q actually missed him there. Rip. Oh well. Down goes the Lee Sin. Jack-Show Nunu, very interesting. Like I said, I wouldn't recommend Jack-Show on Olaf because we're going to nerf Jack-Show soon. That's why I didn't build it, even though it's technically one of his best items right now. They said they only want tanks building it, since most people building it right now are bruisers. Varus, no tier 2 boots. I have tier 2 boots. I'm moving 405. He's moving 355. I could run him down easy peasy. Auto attack double reset. And he can't slow me either. And I'll die. I'll give it to Mundo. It's whatever. Getting out was going to be really hard there, so I'll just die. We get 3, basically 1v4 underneath their turret, essentially. They only have one other person on the map. Gave up a lot of Ravenous Hydra, unfortunately. We can stack that back quick, though. Let's look for the shield bow. Ridiculously expensive item. 3,400 gold. Super valuable, though. The shield. Shield attack speed crit. Lifesteal gives everything. I wish the lifesteal was higher, though. It's kind of low. 7% is not the greatest. Stride Breaker is still certainly viable on Olaf top. It's more of the fact that if you're in a solo fight with a combination of having your enhanced free boots, they're fast, and approach velocity speeding you into them whenever you slow them, you don't typically need Stride Breaker to stay on top of people in a one-on-one. Stride Breaker is more for team fighting, which we don't want to be doing. So we'll take Herald, end this game early. I would recommend, don't pick, if you're going to pick Olaf top, ban a jungler such as Fiddlesticks or Evelyn or something, and then they'll think it's Olaf jungle, because if you do have to play against a ranged top laner, it can slow the game down a lot to where it's pretty boring to play, and it's a much higher risk because you have to freeze the lane so close to your turret to have space to chase to even be able to get a kill if your jungler isn't ganking. Now if your jungler is ganking, it's a different story, but to get solo kills you need so much space, and they quit. That is it, guys. That's gonna wrap it up. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My name is King Sticks. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.